Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another TFTV broadcast. My name's Godfather, bringing you tonight's matchup of GlobalClan.EU versus Garda Panteri. This is ETF2L Season 38, Week 6. As I said, my name's Godfather. I'm joined by Dave on the mic, ArchRhythm behind the scenes. Dave, how are you doing?
I'm quite good, yeah. I'm looking forward to this game. We're now into week 6, so kind of getting towards very much kind of the kind of end of the season now. It's kind of bubbling up nicely. We've got two teams tonight, Garda and GlobalClan.EU, and despite what we might see from the tables, we've got, I think, Garda in 6th and GlobalClan in 5th. It's perhaps a little bit not really representative of what's going on because GlobalClan they've had good results throughout the season, and they've really kind of front-loaded their season. So they've played all the difficult teams so far, and in the next 2 weeks, obviously they've got Garda tonight, who are below them, and then they've also got the Bus Crew coming up in week 7 as well.
Yeah, a bit of a mid-late season matchup here. I'm excited to see what these teams are able to pull out. I don't think I know too many of them, unfortunately, so I'll let you discuss. What are you expecting to see in terms of standout players in this match?
I mean, both these teams are kind of very exciting to watch. Like, GlobalClan are like very, very DM heavy, very aggressive. When they get going, they really kind of steamroll whenever they can. The two kind of real standout players for them, I think, Ixie on the Scout class and Dagger on the Demo Man. These guys can like just destroy everyone. They're right up there with the very, very highest in terms of DM. If we look into Garda, honestly, they're a very, very unpredictable team. Very, very interesting to watch. Very, very exciting. But you never know quite what you're going to get from them. I mean, I watched them. I think it was against top 5 in week 3. I think it was, and the first map they just got completely rolled on Granary, and then they come back and they just came back like and kind of owned it when they played Gully Wash. So going against a team, getting rolled 5-0 and then winning the second map was really impressive for me to see. So you're not really sure what to expect. At times they just look completely inspired, and at times they look like they don't really belong in Prem. And sometimes that can be in a single round.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this one plays out. I'm just getting my casting essentials fully set up here. Our maps tonight are going to be Snakewater and Metalworks, I believe. And so 2 5 CP maps. Excited to see how those play out. What are you expecting in terms of play styles on these 2 maps?
Well, I think one thing about Garda I can say that I've seen from them is that they always have very, very strong mids from what I've seen so far. So that could be like a key thing for them. I think they are slight underdogs going into this. As I say, GlobalClan have had a pretty strong season. They are probably favourites to make playoffs just about. I mean, they need good results in these last 2 games, as we said earlier. But if Garda are to kind of pull up what would be a little bit of a kind of bit of an upset. And of course, you know, they need to win their mids. And yeah, I mean, I think that will be kind of a big thing for them. Metalworks is kind of interesting map. It could just throw a bit of the spanner in the works, perhaps, to like either of these teams. I mean, you coming from America, of course, you'll have seen this map played over and over again. You've played it for years and years and years. It's not as much of a staple in EU though. Like teams, I mean, I think it's a good map. I think most of the teams enjoy it, but they're not quite as comfortable on it as perhaps as they will be on Snakewater.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what teams are able to, adapt to play styles and whatnot as well. It looks like we do have 12 on servers, so it shouldn't be long to get into this one. With that in mind, do you have any score predictions for this first map?
I expect GlobalClan to come out pretty strong. I don't think it'll be easy for them, but I expect them to take it probably 3-1.
3-1. I'm thinking Global Clan. If they're anything like the NA teams, probably gonna come out on top. So with my limited knowledge here, I'm gonna hope that we get like a 3-1, 3-2. That'd be a pretty fun first map to watch.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, both these teams technically, I guess, playing for playoff spots potentially. As we say, Global Clan are in a potentially good position, as long as they beat these teams below them in the season. I think Garda are still just about in playoff contention, but it's kind of unlikely. Like they'd need to probably get 6 points here tonight, and then probably beat Feint as well. So that is a tall order, but this is where it starts for them.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of a delay happening here. It's some players reconnecting down to 11 now on the server. Anything else you want to mention before hopefully we get live in just a little while?
I mean, I've talked about obviously Dagger being this kind of DM monster. We've seen how many kind of big pipes and clutch moments he's had. Like he's really like a driving force to his team. But I also want to look at the contrast we have, like Milky on the side of Garda on the demo man. He's perhaps not quite as exciting as Dagger, not quite as hype. But so far, what I've seen of the season, him and Trum as this kind of demo medic combo have been super solid. Uh, like real, I don't know if they're the brains behind the team, but they seem to be the really canny ones on the team, and kind of that solid base allows the rest of the team to make these kind of unpredictable, kind of kind of weird, non-standard plays as well.
For sure. And who would be the players to watch here on these mid fights as maybe some issues with the server reservation happening, but we do have 12 here, so again, hopefully won't be long. But who should I be watching on these mid fights?
I mean, snake mids are interesting in that you have so many kind of options with the soldiers. Do they go for like the big double bombs? Do they, do they go behind through kitchen or uh, you know, sometimes they just sit up top and spam. But I mean, on any mid fight, you really look into the soldiers, and I think uh, perhaps Mathers would be the one I'd be looking for. Obviously, the Roma for Global Clan. Often the Roma on Snakewater is the class that can be very decisive in terms of which way the mid fight goes.
For sure, and I think we didn't actually run down rosters, so if you don't mind, can you just run down these rosters for us before we get started?
Okay, so I'll start off with Garda. We have Early on Scout, Kills is on Scout as well. Bud and Mankey are the two soldiers. Milky is the demo man, and Trum is the medic.
And then over on Global Clan, you got Ixie and Flick on Scout, Mathis and Charlie on Soldier, Daga, Demo, and Doey? Pronunciation questionable there? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Doey? Alright, Doey on Med. You never know with names, so always like to check. But yeah, from what I've heard from you, two pretty decent rosters going up against each other tonight.
Yeah, not only like they both very strong rosters, I think. Like we say, two teams where it's not immediately obvious which team you know is going to dominate. It is obviously fifth against sixth. So I do give the edge to Global Clan, as we say, but definitely Garda should be able to compete very well.
It sounds like finally we are approaching getting ready. Again, this is some ETF2L action. It's season 38, week 6, GlobalClan.EU versus Garda Panteri. And yeah, just waiting for the ready up on the STV here before we get going.
What do you want to see in this first mid, Godfather?
I'm looking for some soldier bombs. If what I've seen in NA holds true in EU as well, medics staying alive can be pretty difficult, especially if you have good presence on the point as a distraction for soldiers coming in. So if I'm gonna watch anybody, it's gonna be soldiers. A double bomb in NA can really win a mid fight, and I guess yeah, that's what I'm going to be watching out for. As one team did ready up, I believe Garda's ready themselves, so just waiting on Global Clan. But other than that, demos the head-to-head there. It's if a demo man dies on a mid fight, that's not really looking good, and I want to see these demos have a good, strong performance for their team, able to be that consistent output of damage and strong combo member. But we are getting ready here. We've already given our predictions, but you said 3-1, correct?
Yeah, 3-1. I'll stick with that.
I think I'm going to stick with that as well as we slowly approach this first mid-fight. As I said, I'll be watching these soldiers, see what they're able to do. Looks like demos have now gotten to point, and just a little bit of spam being exchanged. Ixie is up top. Here comes Mathis on a bit of a bomb. He had to rotate around and might get caught out here. He does, and actually 3 going down early. No explosives as Ixie also falls 4 down from GlobalClan on this first mid. Is just not the start they wanted. And they will be backing out till last. Keeping their medic alive, though, is important here.
Yeah, just absolute mulch there. The soldiers went flying in, and Dagger was just instantly destroyed. I mean, as we talked about Garda Panteri, they do have these very, very strong, well-worked mids, and GlobalClan were not ready for that whatsoever. But they did keep their medic alive, so we're going to probably go into a little bit of a stalemate.
And we do have the off classes in play. Flick is on Engie, and Ixie opting for Sniper here, as he's going to be peeking on this right side defensively, looking for any pick, really, and he finds the demo. That's a great opening one, as he continues to play pretty aggressively. He has to be careful for the spam from the soldiers, but his demo's with him. Earl going down as well means it's 2 down, losing your Sniper. Doesn't look like the side of GlobalClan is going to be wanting to push out just off that. They would have to go for the exchange, which is not really worthwhile here, but some nice opening picks from Ixie. I'm watching to see if he comes back up on Sniper.
Yeah, the Sniper's always one that you're looking at for both the offense and the defense on this last snake war is very, very powerful. Often kind of the most impactful class. It's kind of difficult to kind of, you know, breach this last point otherwise. We see this very, very standard kind of defensive hold here from GlobalClan. They've got the sentry gun up. The medic's nice and safe. He can hide in that dispenser if he wants. So it's going to be difficult for Garda. They're just peeking and prodding a little bit, just trying to get as much information as they can, but they really haven't committed to anything yet.
Ixie back up on Sniper here on the right side. He's got to watch out, though, as the soldier's coming for him, going down to 11 health, but 2 frags onto the blue team means a little bit of aggression here for Mathis. He did lose Charlie, so down the soldier, and no scouts on the field for GlobalClan at the moment because they had that engineer and Sniper both off-classing, but taking a lot of room here as Ixie continues to peek. Has to be careful for Earl here, who is dancing and dodging around him. Looks like the side of GlobalClan is going to back off a little bit here, just relying on Ixie really to be a great defensive presence, but we do have the counter Sniper up on the other side of the field here.
Yeah, that's going to make it a little bit more adjusted. You know, Ixie has got a couple of picks as we've seen, but you know, with that kind of one pick, it's you've got a Sniper and an engineer on last. You're not going to really have kind of any kind of offensive presence if you wanted to push into that second point. So that's kind of where it's still. They're just kind of trying to get Ixie as much space as they can into the lobby, and hoping he goes for that kind of hero shot. And you know, if he drops the medic, then it becomes much easier for them to move into second.
That offensive Sniper from Kills is almost getting caught out there by the soldier, but now, so much damage. Ixie hits a nice shot onto Bud, and Charlie goes in and cleans up that damage. But now the medic going down for the blue team here, that's actually a huge pick, as Charlie was able to just work his way forward and find the drop. So now Doey and the rest of GlobalClan with this full Uber, and also picking up the demo late into this fight is Mathis. Not being too fast to work their way forward, as they're going to lose Doey to the Sniper. So a drop right back the other way, and now GlobalClan in a tough spot here defensively.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the saving grace for them is the heals aren't quite up here for Garda Panteri. I think they're just probably going to build this Uber as best as they can. They are going to have a good 30% advantage now, so if they build it, it's definitely going to be kind of last push territory. I mean, it looks so good. Charlie just got in, dropped Trum. It looks so good for them on GlobalClan, but Doey just a little bit kind of absent-minded, sat in that sight line. He knew the Sniper was up, I think, but you know, it just goes down, and now we see we're coming up very close to this going to be big advantage push here for Garda.
It looks like they're gonna be going through under, or at least sending one soldier there. Combo maybe unsure about what they want to do at this point. Now rotating around to this right side. They're taking their sweet time here as they're just now at Uber, and here's the demo coming in, trying to find this medic. Doey is kind of caught. Oh, the airshot bud just flies over his head, smacks him. So an early medic death is now the gun going down, losing a soldier as well. Have to watch out as the point is being capped right now, and it looks like Garda's going to be able to take round number 1 on a very clean last push there.
Yeah, it looks like they caught them out. It looks like GlobalClan were very much expecting the kind of standard shutter push and just to play the point, but they decided to go the other side through the big door, completely caught them out off guard. Doey was caught in kind of no man's land, and with him getting cleaned up with the airshot, it made the last push very, very easy. So really now it's game on, and GlobalClan have to step up here.
Yeah, and we're in on number 2 mid-wise. Looking at some soldiers up on the high ground, a bit different from what we saw last time, but Mathis is just going to get directed and will die. Here comes Ixie trying to find any frags he can, but no, man, he's just going to clean him up. All that aggression feeding in. Trump gets a little bit weak, has to back off, but all the frags going in favor of Garda right now. And now the soldier chasing as well. Bud really wants to find some frags, but he'll have to find a pack instead, as he ate a lot of damage on the chase. Getting back out to mid once again is, or to last, excuse me, is the med, and Ixie already up on sniper. We'll have to watch where he peaks. Looks like same angle as last time.
Yeah, again, that mid's just very, very good from Garda. I mean, they have this kind of very... It's not super common, but it just seems to be they create like a death blob on these mid fights. They just group up, put all their players around the heels, and it's they're very, very good at absorbing that kind of early aggression. If your soldiers and your demo aren't completely in sync, you're just going to get cleaned up super quick by the 6 players with the heal beam on them.
Now on this a bit of a stalemate here once again. Even Uber's Dag is going to be on the right side here. That's his sticks, which might be the signal for Bud to just work his way forward here, taking some space away from him. And actually 2 dying though offensively means the side of Garda is going to be out. Here's the force actually coming in from Charlie, a great play there. Now Doey will have full ad, but he has to watch out because all eyes are going to be turning towards him as he holds pretty aggressively here. Mathis going down means no soldiers for the red team right now. Got to be careful as Earl has come forward. He's going to take out the gun all alone. And now, looks like Bud might go down. Here's some aggression on the Uber, just on the scout, but they're not able to find any frags, actually. A terrible Uber out of GlobalClan. And the back cap is a threat right now as Earl was still there, forcing everybody from GlobalClan back, getting a decent amount of cap time. It's just a question of can the side of Garda find any more frags here to really solidify a second round win.
A lot of back and forth fighting there. Charlie came in with a great force, but they really committed with the Uber there. GlobalClan is really far forward on the scout. They chased all the way, but they didn't clean up any frags, and crucially the scout that was Uber didn't have the support of the rest of his team. If you'd seen a soldier flying in, or even a demo bombing in, I think it would have been a completely different story, but that one scout alone wasn't enough.
Ixie just... You can't stand still in front of Ixie. It's not going to work. Here's the under push, though. Almost catching up this soldier, but I believe he had some overheal. And now flooding onto point. Here's the side of Garda. Once again, the Uber's going to fade now as red pops back. Probably going to be able to chase down this soldier, but that is it. Daga finally cleaning him up with a pipe. That's not going to be enough to push out, though, as maybe taking some space, though, actually. Have Ixie clearing those traps, but he'll die for it. Now Mathis missing a jump will also fall as Kilsas finds 2 now, and blue team are right back in position to work their way forward. It looks like it's going to be a shutter push now as Earl and the rest of his team just flooding forward. Got to be careful with these soldiers jumping in, trying to find Earl, can't find him. Instead, Mankey's going to go down to soldier as the blue team, but so much point presence right now. Red is scrambling to touch if they can, but they cannot keep enough people alive on point, and 2-0. After 9 minutes is the score. GlobalClan struggling a bit here in map number 1.
Yeah, no room to breathe really for either side. You can see GlobalClan, successful last offense, but one to push out to second, get a couple of players caught, and instantly, Garda, well played to them. They just came straight in with those couple of picks that they had. I think they're only 1 man up, but it was enough, and they just got so much cap time they were able to convert.
Looks like it's going to be another early soldier jumping in. Mathis is down below, all alone though. Daga actually going to get cleaned up on point as well. Flick is... Oh, actually some frags going in favor of the side of Global Clan now. Trum getting fairly weak as well. Actually surprised to see Global Clan able to come out on top for that mid, but finding the 2 kills to 1. And no more follow-up from Garda. But it's going to be another fight right on the second. Here comes both soldiers jumping in, trying to find the medic if they can. They'll find kills instead. And oh, there you go, finding Trum. That is the crucial pick. Doey now has to be a little careful as Mankey's still in the vicinity, but Flick will clean him up. And the cap comes through and full ad to work with now as Global Clan looks to push into last.
Yeah, this is what we definitely wanted to see from Global Clan. They complete switch up. They're now moving in last already. The Uber comes in on the 1 scout. They get the sentry down, but they're just going to play so much cap time. All the players on the cap are Ubered, but now the heals coming on to the point. The un-Ubered players are able to cap it, and we're back at 2-1.
Yeah, Global Clan definitely having a cleaner fight there, and that mid fight, as I said, I didn't really expect Global Clan to be able to take that one home, but it seems if they're able to take the mids, they can take the round, so looking for Global Clan to have another strong performance in on mid number 4 coming right up, as it looks like Blue Demo's going to be there a little bit faster, trying to lob some spam over point, but can't quite connect with it. Now just seeing what the mid-fight plan is going to be. Looks like 2 soldiers again on the side of Global Clan, but only 1 getting behind. And Joey actually going down early means no med for Red. And 3 in total down. Although Trump getting cleaned up by Mathis behind a nice salvage play. It's 2v2, now 2v1 as Global Clan looks to clean this up. It's just 1 scout versus a soldier. And Charlie will secure the final frag. 6 for 5, a very sloppy mid from both teams. But Global Clan eventually will win it.
Yeah, Charlie being the champion of that mid there. But it's very, very interesting to see. I mean, we saw the previous mid. It was a big adjustment from Global Clan. They decided to play much, much more aggressive, tried to pen Garda right back into their own choke. Their demo and their scouts pushing forward. This time, counter adaptation here from Garda. They sent Bud in behind very, very early rather than being around on the heels. And because the scouts were so kind of focused forward, you know, onto the Garda players stuck in the choke, Bud was able to clean up both the medic and the demo man, but it wasn't enough for them to win mid, and now we're seeing them move into second as well.
And it looks like it's going to be a fairly free second as, well, now actually Garda does have their Uber up. But they're not going to want to take this aggressively as Doey now has his as well. We have Earl up on Enchi and Kilsis is on Heavy, so 2 off classes to be expected here. Charlie going to get trapped down early and Mathis also falling. Here comes the demo trying to sack in for the medic. He gets 1 shot. Can he find the follow-up? No. Oh. As 4 die for the sack and they can't secure the force. And now Doey's in a bit of trouble here as Flick is alone and able to clean up Bud, but now separated from his med. Got to be careful. Here comes the rest of the red team, though, working their way forward, and we do have the Uber Force out finally, but can they clean up these frags as the medic is getting out? Trump doing a good job staying alive, as, yeah, that'll be full ad now for Trump in the side of Garda, as Global Clan maybe having a little bit of a slip up there.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm just in awe of Garda. Like, when they have something in their mind, they're so quick to do it. I mean, it looked like they were trying to absorb Global Clan's sack, but it was in fact the Garda counter sack came in so quickly. We now do see the force coming though. They lost both soldiers and Nixie for it. I know Mathis is just about surviving here in the back lines. A little bit of a distraction. If he does able to trade out, oh, goes so low. But yeah, with both soldiers down now, they're probably looking to move into mid here. They do have to worry about Doey. He's very, very close to that Uber here though.
Yeah, and finding that opening frag with the trap onto Earl there means down a scout. Mankey getting fairly low as well. He'll get cleaned up by the sticks additionally, and now the side of the blue team, they're going to have to be getting out to their second fairly quickly at this big disad. Trum doing his best to build up with the help of his scouts. It looks like we might see push right into this lobby though, exchanging the spam, and the red team here, Global Clan, is going to work their way into last. They pop this Uber, and without even having the second point completely capped, take out the gun early. Here's the soldier Bud trying to jump in and get the presence. The collapse is coming forward from the blue team as they pop back, and they'll pick up the medic and the demo, and so many weak players for red as well. They're going to try to escape with their lives if possible. Getting back onto second, not having that second point capped while the Uber was popped out. Really proving to be a misplay from GlobalClan. Charlie able to clean up Bud though as he overextends. Math is now going down as is Flick. Not looking good to die this late. Your medic isn't quite there yet. Charlie gonna get cleaned up as well. It's just Ixie alive. He'll be getting back to Doey, but maybe stalling out the point cap a little longer. Just still not a great play.
Yeah, it's non-stop action, like back and forth. But I have to say, really big shout out to Trump. He's doing such a good job, not only surviving, but he's building this Uber super fast. I mean, it looked like they were going to get completely routed that round, but he built that Uber just about in time. It came in clutch, and now he's got an ad to push into mid as well.
And here comes Bud. He gets air shot once. Can he find any frags with it? No, he'll get taken out instead. A lot of spam going into Saw from the Demo Man, forcing Red to play a little bit passive here. Charlie's going to get picked out of the air as the Uber comes forward from Blue, and now Doey with full Uber to work their way back forward. It's going to be onto Flick and Daga. Daga jumping forward, trying to find this Demo. He can't quite secure any damage onto him now, looking to find this medic. He's the scout. The soldier come forward. Oh, a beautiful follow-up there from Mathis. Oh, but no, Doey. Everybody's falling from both sides. 2 alive on either team. A situation we've seen before. Explosives versus a scout and a soldier. And, here's the soldier looking for the air shot. Who's got the DM right now? MGE practice is all that matters. Looks like red team unable to secure the frags, but get enough damage in to make those two back out. A very sloppy fight once again here.
Yeah, just the spawns, obviously them having the mid-fight, GlobalClan have the spawns coming up a little bit earlier. Ubers are dead even, the medic spawns both at the same time. They are trying to peek the second point, but the spam is so good here from Garda. Absolutely no way through from anywhere, and they just take a ton of damage on GlobalClan, and they're going to have to go back to mid and heal up.
Yeah, 2-1 is still the score here with 13 minutes to play, and we'll be just waiting to see what the decision is to push in as both men approaching this Uber, as you just mentioned. But so much spam as the soldiers on this high ground able to get those spam angles in. Really a hassle for GlobalClan to work forward into as they continue to bunch up around the entrance to Saw. I don't think, unless they decide to just use in here, it's not going to be easy to work their way forward. Ixie down below, eating a lot of spam all alone as well, trying to work his way into grass. It's kind of a solo play right now, and here's the soldier jumping forward. Ixie will get taken out, but can Mathers find the frag? No, and he can't get the sack as well. A 2-man goes forward, and actually in the end of this, Flick will die as well. Daga will clean up Bud on the, as he counter-sacked in, but now the blue team, working their way onto point. Finding those 3 frags for 1 is totally worth it. They will cap back this midpoint.
It's interesting to see these sack plays from GlobalClan. It seems that rather than going for kind of the traditional kind of 2 soldier sack, very much Ixie playing the flank scout is very much on him to kind of be like this kind of sacrificial lamb as well. I think it's interesting to have the scout in these kind of attempted sack plays because I think you just have like an extra possibility of him just coming in and fragging a demo man or just dropping the medic when they're not quite expecting it. But it does mean if the sack play doesn't come off, you don't quite have the same stability as you do if you do have those 2 scouts alive.
3 opening frags there as GlobalClan unable to just stay alive in the face of all the damage coming forward, and back out to their last. GlobalClan will go as waiting for spawner. 60 going to come up sniper, but Bud is already in on this left side. He's got to be careful because this sniper is looking at him, but getting the jump and positioning. He's going to work for the medic now, getting 1 rocket. Can he find the second?
Oh.
He will get the drop in, I believe, as Doey either had or was very close. Now blue team is going to be working the way forward. They pop out their Uber, getting point present in immediately, and they will secure it 3-1 as we are under 12 right now remaining.
Yeah, another drop coming in from Doey. He's not quite on his game today, I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't want to put too much down on him there because, that soldier I think it was Bud, did survive for an awfully long time. I think it was just Ixie, he felt he wanted to pick up the sniper rifle. But, you know, with that sniper, kind of from the other shutter, there wasn't enough kind of denial on the soldier, and he took an age to die and he ended up getting the drop.
Early in on this mid, 2 will die, 1 from each team, but now it's just a lot of frags going. 3 down for the side of blue, now 4, but Doey is found out by the scout. Earl picks up that frag. Now Ixie looking for the medic. Trum is doing his best to strafe around. Can Ixie clean up his frag is the question. His demo's there to help him. He's beefing all of his shots as Trum finds the pack, is now alone, and it'll be an even later death from the med. Which will certainly give Doey some ad here, as Global Clan is going to end up winning this mid. Doey just now respawning, and we'll have Flick there to help him build up, so should be pretty considerable ad for Global Clan now.
Yeah, I really think Trump should have hit the kill by there. Maybe turned it off. I mean, I don't know if he plays Alter Duo, but certainly I think a lot of the time, Medic, particularly at the highest level, you do need that kill bind, and, you know, with him kind of sticking it out, juking around, he was just delaying his own death, and now we're seeing, what is it, nearly 40% Uber advantage here for Doey. I mean, they died on the same mid-fight, but it's a huge advantage here. Definitely pushable.
And it looks like the side of the red team is going to be just waiting for this Uber to get to fall before working the way forward. The question is, where do they want to go? It looks like the medics around Shutter, and here they will be coming in. Daga gets bopped around a little bit early, looking to get this gun down, and they will be successful, baiting the point cap as Mankey will jump in and pick up Flick, actually. Now just looking for more frags on either side. Trauma and Mankey both going to get taken out. Charlie will go down. Doey very weak as well. Math is 1 health, will get cleaned up. Doey now falling as well. It's 3v1. Daga's the only one alive. Can he pick up the scout? Kills is looking to clean up the team wipe, as Daga's just very weak. 6 health, will finally fall. Late demo death as well. Medics should be spawning around the same time, so it shouldn't be a big disadvantage to either team, but a failed last push there from Global Clan.
Yeah, it's just big scout power there. I mean, usually you expect to see kind of engineer heavy sniper off classes coming out, but they went, you know, it was the 2 scouts that came in. They didn't get the position there on Global Clan, and the kind of dominant scouts from Garda came in and cleaned everything up.
And an early pick onto Ixie as well in Saw. Maybe not enough to work their way forward with, but the side of Garda definitely looking pretty clean right here, as Trum has built up a bit of an artificial ad, about 10%, so won't be too much to go off of, especially since they will think it's even. Just waiting to see. Dave, what would you think is the logical way to open up this next fight?
Well, Ixie died there. I was honestly expecting him to pick up the sniper rifle. He's decided to come up on the scout. I mean, I think they're just, it looks like they're going to try to go in through this main onto the grass area. They're going really aggressive. They're just committing with their DM here.
So many people died for Doey as the Uber is popped out. 2 down for either side. Now Blue has used. Mathis taking a 1v1 versus Earl on the flank. Can Earl get some heals here? It looks like he will be able to. Mathis getting picked up late into the fight. Trump pretty weak. It's a 2v2, but now it was a 3v2, now a 2v2 as Doey and Ixie versus Trum and Numbers. Forget the demo's name there. Yeah, it looks like the blue team will be able to stabilize here and get ready for a last hold.
Oh my word, Doey there, like, I don't know if he realised it was only the scout Ixie that was with him, but he was just, he really wanted to charge into that lobby there. Ixie knew better of it, knew the spawners were coming in, and it was nothing to it. But, you know, just off the strength of the DM, as we said, they were able to take that second point, and they do have a little bit of an advantage to try to push it over on that.
Yeah, they're gonna come in looking for the medic. Erling cannot pick up the frag. They'll find Earl instead. Point presence is there. Soldiers collapsing, trying to find any frags if possible. 2 down for the blue team. Charlie pretty weak, but everyone else is healthy. Trum will pop back their Uber. Now, with only 1 frag, no, they'll pick up Ixie as well. Red is still in. Now gonna lose Charlie as Mankey finds a frag. Can anyone get on point? The medic's baiting it alone. It's just not looking good for Global Clan. Mathis will find 1 before going down himself. And another last hold from Garda. Global Clan just can't convert, and we're under 6.5 minutes left.
Yeah, okay, interesting to see. I mean, the Uber came in a clutch time again. Trum, as we were saying, has been doing this excellent job building, and these clutch Ubers have come in. I mean, they did get the frags there, Global Clan. They certainly had enough frags to convert that last push. If they just all committed for that last point, they weren't quite with them. Like, Doey very much stayed in as a medic, committed, and you know, if your medic's committed, the rest of your players have to as well, and they just weren't quite on the same page.
Now a big ad for Trum on the side of Garda, but GlobalClan keep the positioning and actually going to jump in. Mathis and Charlie both going for a play, can't quite find anything as Ixie will also die, so a 3-man fails and only getting that engineer low. Bud now in a position maybe to jump. He's going to rotate back around. It doesn't look like Garda's going to be working their way forward beyond just taking some presence in lobby, eating some damage from Daga, as now Dowie has this Uber to come back in with if they need. It is an even situation. Flick taking some space in the lobby, maybe looking to peek the shutter door a bit just to see what there is to see. Menki will go in to try to counter him, and now it looks like we're going to see a lower push come through from GlobalClan. Just waiting to see when the Uber will be popped out. The gun goes down early, and oh wait, Kills has revenge crits. You got to be careful for that if you're jumping in.
Yeah, you don't want to spam the gun down and give the edgy those revenge crits. They can be absolutely lethal. I mean, it's interesting to see Garda. Oh, now we see them going on the medic. They do get the foresight. That's a great play. Ixie coming in clutch this time, getting the foresight with his scout power.
The revenge crits do pick up a kill there, though, as the soldier just gets absolutely deleted from the sky. Working their way onto second into the blue team, but you gotta be careful, Joey, as the soldier jumping in, and that'll be a med drop as Mankey is able to clean it up, the damage there, and just absolutely delete Dowie. Now the ad goes back in favor of Trum and Garda, but will we see some sacks coming forward? Maybe Math is looking for something on the flank, can't really find an angle to go forward in. And as I said before, big ad now for Trum and Garda.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last time they really didn't want to push out with the 3 picks. We'll see if they want to push out with the 100% Uber. I suspect they honestly might not want to. It's down to 4 minutes, and they're 2 rounds up. And, you know, Snake Water, it's kind of difficult map to kind of get successful sack plays going. Dowie is kind of committing through. He's almost the first man through on the left side. They're pushing off Uber. They've got to worry about this 100% coming up here for Garda. It's very, very ballsy play. Dowie does somehow sneak out of there, but that was really, really weird to see Dowie the first man through that choke point. I don't know if he was checking stickies for the rest of his team there.
Very, very bold medic play there. That gun keeps moving around, picking up frags, meaning revenge crits are still going to be a threat. As you mentioned, we're under 3.5 minutes to play in map number 1. GlobalClan down 2 rounds. Really have to convert here and then have a very fast fight, but Daga getting taken out. He'll trade out for Bud, but that's not enough to do anything with, and it's really getting down to desperation minutes for GlobalClan. Maybe looking to come through the shutter door. They have the full Uber to work with, but no demo in play quite yet. The gun gets taken out, means so many revenge crits for the engineer. Now working their way forward is Charlie. The revenge crits looking for him. Will clean up the kill, and no one else really sacks there. So another failed attempt from GlobalClan. Not looking strong here on map number 1.
You know, Charlie sneaked in on that medic, like, just... There was only the engineer. If the engineer didn't have those revenge crits, there's no way he would not have got the force onto Trum there. Like, he was literally point blank with Trum. It was just because he had 3 revenge crits, I think it was. They were so clutch. We're now going to see a trade.
Yeah, the Uber exchange comes in here, but it's just not a strong position for GlobalClan. And although they will find, actually no, I thought they found a frag there, but instead they lose 4, including their med, and now Mathis picks up a pack, but he'll likely die as well. Earl looking to clean him up in a second here, and finally Will. Earl on a 4K. Garda finally taking the opportunity to push out with under 2 to play in the map. It's approaching garbage time here, Dave.
Perhaps. We are seeing, like, every opportunity that they want. They're just an absolute W from GlobalClan. They're pushing into second here again. They might catch them out. Charlie in behind picks up Trump. So many frags come down. But Dowie does go down again. They will probably just about scrape this fight. Frags back and forth. Mankey is going to be caught in. It just kills his alive with the NG. The sentry. It's actually... It's
no
in lobby.
Crits. Yeah,
no revenge crits, but a sentry in lobby.
No, wait,
there's the revenge crit.
The gun died. Or it wasn't showing up on my screen at least when I was watching his POV. Now Trump will die on point. There's presence there as the demo also falling, but there's just no one else able to get on point. Dowie and Flick are just too far away. We're under a minute. And it looks like Garda's happy to just sit 3 on point here for the remaining seconds.
Frontier Justice, such a hype weapon. I don't know if it's balanced by any means, but such a great weapon to see. So hype.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we're on to 30 seconds here, I will call it dead time for sure. Maybe GlobalClan can clean up this round, but we'll still lose the map. Jacket getting cleaned up in the end, as we see the same thing happen twice in a row, where Flick and Doey were very staggered, didn't go in as a team, and now with 15 seconds remaining, they'll be botting forward, looking for a trauma if they can. Ooh. Doey will get air shot, and Flick will die. He finds Bud, but that is it for map number 1, a 3-1 for Garda. As we look to go on to map number 2, GlobalClan really needs to turn it around on Metalworks.
Yeah, I mean, well played to Garda. Like, they were strong. They were strong throughout. They were solid. I mean, we didn't see any of the crazy stuff we'd seen kind of on previous maps, but they were just solid. They got the lead. They put the pressure on to GlobalClan. I mean, we did say GlobalClan were the favourites. In fact, we got the reverse of the prediction we made, and it was in fact 3-1 coming out for Garda Panteri. So, a bit of a reverse of what we were expecting, and yeah,
Dave,
they were
real
definitely
quick,
stronger.
the channel points. It was almost 19,000 in favor of GlobalClan and 300 to Garda, and 6 people get those 19,000 points. That's what happens when you get an upset here. As we'll get channel points open for the next one here too. We do have some logs to look at, so I'll let you take your first crack at those.
I mean, it's the 3 drops for Dowie, really. I think. I mean, maybe like, I mean, I'm a medic main, so I like to say that drops don't really matter. I mean, I don't know if that's just cope on my end, but I think this was a game where those kind of drops did really come in crucial. They were big turning points a lot of the time, and yeah, Dowie really just not on his game. Honestly, towards the end of that map, he did look very much tilted. I believe he's kind of the main caller for this team, and I mean, I know playing as medic, if your team, if it's not going well for your team and you're trying to main call from medic, it can be a very tilting experience.
Absolutely. One thing I do love to look at in logs is air shot number. And Charlie hit 14 air shots there. Mathis hit 7, and Bud hit 7 as well. But one thing I do love watching, one thing I do love about watching EU is the air shots are out of this world here. So props to the soldiers for putting on a good show. But back to talking about the medic deaths. It was actually the soldiers. Bud and Mankey both found 4, and then Earl found 3. Charlie with 3 for GlobalClan, but just those med deaths proving to really slow down any GlobalClan momentum and lost
Yeah.
that map, I'd say.
Well, not only that, you have to look at kind of Kills's performance. 34 on 9, and I believe he's the flank scout, right? Yeah, well, I mean, he has the same heals as the other scout, but yeah, 34 on 9 kind of on the scout class. I mean, I think he's a newcomer to Prem, and that is a really kind of impressive performance, against these. Ixie is very experienced, very kind of feared scout to go against, but Kills is really stepping up, really showing his mettle, proving himself.
And now we are in onto Metalworks here. Speaking of proving his metal, so hopefully GlobalClan can really turn this around and give us a bit of a better show. As players begin to join teams and whatnot, what are you expecting to go differently, and maybe what are the adaptations that GlobalClan really needs to make here to turn this match around?
I think, honestly, it's just a mental reset they require. Like, you could tell towards the end of that second map, they were just rushing everything. At times they had, 5 minutes for 2 points. They weren't having to like force everything quite as much as they were going for. But yeah, if I was to say like one kind of sort of strategical adaptation or tactical adaptation, perhaps they need to look a little bit at their kind of sack plays. Like the amount of times that kind of I think Ixie was dying for those sack plays every time, and I think it only really worked. They only really got the force out of Trom that one time.
Yep, it looks like we are 12 on server. They have decided to switch sides, so GlobalClan will be on blue here, Garda on red. For I figured we'd mention that just so if you don't know the team names by heart, now you do. And looks like the side of Garda has decided to ready up. What are you expecting to see score-wise on the second map?
You know, any prediction I make, I can literally predict anything. I have honestly no idea. Like, I mean, I would have like expected Global Clan to take this, but based on the first map, Garda just look a little bit stronger right now. Again, Metalworks is a map that puts it very, very much kind of up in the air, not as stable a map as you see in America, as we said. So yeah, very. It honestly could go either way, but I'm just gonna have a stab, and I'm gonna say 4-2 to Global Clan.
Here's hoping it's a closer one here. I think it might play a little bit faster, but I could be completely wrong here. So I'm gonna say maybe like a 5-3 in favor of Garda. Actually, I think with the medic on the side of Global Clan maybe tilting a little bit right now. Definitely had a rough game, a rough map number one. If Garda is able to keep this momentum, keep that pressure in on the medic, then Global Clan's going to have a really tough time here. But at the same time, I'm hoping both teams play a little bit faster, and drive up this score. But we'll have to wait and see,
Yeah.
as we got baited on the ready up. Hate to see it.
I mean, I would say the first map, like particularly for Snakewater, I wasn't slow by any means. Like both teams were very much going for it. It was, and a lot of back and forth, a lot of fragging going out, a lot of kind of trades. But yeah, it's only the score quite low because of the failed last pushes, I think.
Absolutely. The last pushes that we saw attempted from Global Clan very rarely worked out, but now we are in on map number 2. I will be watching to see if soldiers are able to get in the med spaces here, getting in onto this first mid. Demo's just going to be exchanging some spam across point. Dagger getting a bit of good damage there, getting Milky down to 72 health. He'll have to find a pack now, but getting this high ground. Soldier's going to bomb from both sides. It's a double bomb from the red team, though. Bud will die. Can they pick up Mankey as well, as he's looking for some frags? Charlie going to get taken out by the demo, actually from the scout, as Ixie also dying to him as well. Kills is finding 2 on this mid. Earl going to go down now late. Mathis, looks like the side of Guard a bit bunched up. They have to be careful for the soldier behind, but he's not focused on the medic, as Milky will pick up Mathis there. And this is not looking good for GlobalClan right now. Very spread out. Domi might get picked off as Mankey's able to find a nice rocket to clean that up. And Flick also going to die in the same manner, as that will be a certain victory for Guard in this mid-fight.
Yeah, it looked like Dowie should have really got out there. Like Flick was with him. He had the scout speed to get out, but I don't know if they just decided to go different doors or something. Must have been a little bit of a communication there. And Garda, we see, any kind of mistake here from Global Clan, they're punishing to the fullest extent. They just look kind of really, really strong here, really.
Yeah, if I didn't know the standings coming into this, I would think that Garda is at least a couple spots above GlobalClan in the rankings right now. We'll have to see if GlobalClan's able to get a good, strong last hold here. They have Ixie up on Sniper. Going to be watching that shutter door here. See Uber coming in. Almost hits the scout, but unable to clean up the damage. The gun will go down. It was on the left side. Only level 2. There's presence in on point from the scout right now. Collapsing in are the soldiers. Going to find a couple of frags, actually. 3 down. Now, so many frags going in favor of Garda here. They'll cap out round number 1, excuse me, very quickly. Just a 2-minute round really there. So, Garda looking very clean once again.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bomb from Bud though. I don't know if it was caught on stream, but he landed in that little kind of window on that last point. And he had the high ground. The players were not ready to shoot him in that position. Just landed in the perfect spot, just rained down damage on those players, pinned them back into spawn, and it was an easy cap. And we're seeing Garda accelerate there now, 1-0 up.
And the momentum is going to be key here. If Garda continue winning these mids and getting in onto the last point, they will certainly be able to take home map number 2. Mathis will get picked off by Menke in on the flank here. Now just looking to see if Charlie will go down. A lot of weak players on the side of GlobalClan right now. They're going to drop 3. Now Dagga's the target of a lot of spam. Charlie looking to go in and sack, but he will actually pick up the medic plate, but Doey will die, and that'll be 6 for 1 on the mid. A good salvage play to find Trum, but another very weak mid from GlobalClan, as they will be certainly setting up on last, maybe getting some presence in lobby, but unlikely.
Yeah, you're correct. It's absolutely crucial salvage there from Charlie. I mean, again, Garda just look dominant on these mid fights. They pinned them back into the corner, and very quickly it went to a position where there was just no way that those GlobalClan players were going to get out of there. Absolutely no chance this time for Doey. But with obviously the medic going down for Garda, we now see a little bit of an even Uber situation. And I mean, they've already pushed into the second point.
Is this big? My HUD might be broken, but I'm seeing
it's
very large. Oh, it's crits. That's why. As Trum now has the crits to work with, and they're going to use it in on the demo. They'll pick up 2, including the med. Milky with a nice sticky there. Now cleaning up more frags is Bud. He'll pick up the demo. He'll die for it though, but only 2 alive from the blue team. Flick 7 health, trying to escape if he can. Charlie also very weak now. He's at 20 health. Coming in as the scout looking to clean up these frags. Presence is on point, and that'll be another mid in a similar time frame. I think that was under a 3-minute, or sorry, another round in a similar time frame. That was another under 3-minute round, 2-0 for Garda.
Yeah, perfect conversion, just absolute heads up play. The medics died, very similar timing. They just picked up the crit speed. Perfect textbook way to play it. Just pick it up when you have the medics going down at the same time, and you do work that ad. They built it really well and converted the round perfectly, and then had 2-0 up.
And we'll have to see if GlobalClan is able to find anything here. Doey getting fairly weak, actually, as Bud was putting in some spam, and there's Mankey cleaning up all that damage, finding the med frag. Dagga also going to die. 3 down for the red team, now 4 as Flick's able to find 1 more. And looking to find this pick onto Trum is the crucial thing, but Milky's dancing and dodging. He finds a pipe onto Charlie to trade 1 for 1 there, and Trum will stay alive. He's with his soldier. Ixie's getting very aggressive. They'll pick up the soldier. Can they find the medic? And they do! Very late salvage after the mid-fight. 3-4 actually. No, 3 will go down for that on the sack. Both Scouts and Mathis. As mid's not actually been capped yet.
You know, I was really going to praise Trum there. He did an outstanding job. Ixie went behind super early in that mid-fight, just trying to hunt him down. Somehow Trum managed to sneak out under. Ixie wasn't really able to find him kind of on his retreat. Got all the way back to spawn, but he just stood around a little bit too long there and does get picked up. And now we see Doey with Lash.
Oh no, the scout just sneaks in behind, and 2 shots, maybe 3 on the medic, but mid's still not capped out yet here. GlobalClan's on point, but with no heals, they'll be getting out, I'm sure, once they're facing some resistance as Trump works his way forward with his scout. Mickey also jumping forward. Charlie looking for a hero play. Mathis is going to try to follow up on the damage, but both get taken out there. Can they fight? Oh, oh, Lord. But taken out of the sky. Flick is behind right now, though, if he can get some damage in, but he'll get cleaned up by Earl. So another 4-man point, still not capped out.
I don't know if you saw that, but Trum was really low health when surfing miles in the air. He landed perfectly on the little fence. I don't think I've even really seen that spot used. It's not even really used as a hiding spot or anything, but he just perfectly manipulation to land on it to keep himself alive. He didn't take the fall damage that would perhaps have killed him. And excellent medic play from Trum once more, and now he has this ad to work with.
Absolutely. I think that was maybe like a 2 maybe 3-minute mid-fight there before the point finally got capped, as now the side of Garda in position to go up 3-0, have a full Uber. Doey's only at 70%. They have Ixie on heavy this time instead of sniper. I mean, Flick is setting up his gun. And now here's the double soldier bomb. Bud's getting kind of stuck in the air though, and Mankey will go down to Ixie, so the sack fails here. But I don't know if the side of GlobalClan is going to be working their way forward. It looks like they decide to, as everyone swaps back onto cookie cutter classes, ready for this exchange. Mathis has to be careful. There are traps on that shutter. He's going to scatter them as Dag is working his way onto point. Got to be careful for that scout though, who's putting in a lot of damage, and Earl will actually pick up Charlie on the flank. Now getting a couple more frags is the demo, as he'll pick up another, but oh, look at that bomb. That was absolutely beautiful. The force is in. Flick is the only one there to help. Bud finds an arrow from his medic, keeping him alive even longer, and now Doey's likely going to get caught here post-Uber, and he will. So it's just Flick and Charlie to try to salvage this as best they can. A 2v6. Bud coming behind, getting damage onto Flick, and Mankey hits him with a direct for follow-up. Now it's just Charlie and Mathis. A couple of spawners coming forward. Charlie will get picked off. Looks like the side of Garda is happy to find frags one by one as they get point presence in. Soldier jumping onto the point. 3 down for the blue team. Now 4. Dag is the only one there, and he can't pick it up. 3-0 for Garda map number 2.
Wow, yeah. As you said, that bomb that came in, perfectly bisecting, you know, the core of the players. And Doey was caught out on the point, had to force, and Trump did such a good job of following his players, and he really milked that Uber as long as he could. Unspeakable things were done to Doey at the end of that Uber, and they just convert the round, you know, off the back of it. No heals up for that last hold, so very, very easy for Garda.
A bit of a slower round there, as we are now at about 9 minutes into this second map. Garda, of course, winning the first map 3-1. Not a lot happening so far in this mid, although a lot of point presence there from GlobalClan. Getting some weak players, though. They'll pick up Bud. Mankey also weak. Looks like just for that one frag, the side of Garda is going to be backing out as both teams approach full Uber. I have to say, though, Doey seems to be building a fairly quicker pace here on mid-fights. Coming in, though, not taking any time to spare. Charlie's going to die as he jumps forward. Mathis will finally find the crater onto the demo, though. He'll die for that. 1 for 2. Finding the demo, maybe not the best thing to see, but Ixie picking up Mankey means numbers are even and no demo to try to hold on to this point. Ixie coming in, trying to pick up Bud. He'll die for it instead. It is a 3v3 situation. Both men with full Uber. Here's a soldier jumping in, trying to find damage in onto Doey. He will die for it. So Bud with a long respawn timer, that will be the signal for Doey and the rest of GlobalClan to try to work their way forward, cap out the second point. We might see finally a round conversion come forward, but again, even Ubers.
Yeah, I think this is really the key for GlobalClan. It seems when they get into these kind of just messy kind of DM fights, you know, no trades, no Ubers happening. But when it just comes down to like the flank DM and the messy team fights, they seem to just have the edge on Garda. It's just everything else is going so much in Garda's favour. They just look so much more disciplined. Trub is just very, very much outperforming Doey so far. But yeah, really GlobalClan, I mean, they're 3 rounds down, but the rounds were so quick. They're still very, very much in this. 20 minutes
Ixie
left.
up. Yeah, 20 minutes left. Ixie up on offensive sniper, not something we've had an opportunity to see too much of here, as missing a couple of shots early. He'll have to rotate around. Mankey and Earl going to be trying to hold down that flank angle. A lot of damage in through the shutter area, but not able to find any frags as the defending team. So now we'll have to see what Ixie's peeking right now. Looking for Mankey maybe. It's hard to find an angle with all the spam coming forward. Something we've seen on the few GlobalClan last pushes we've gotten to witness. Garda just putting in so much spam damage. Really slows them down. Daga getting some good damage in onto Mankey, so that'll force him off the high ground. Just waiting to see this exchange come forward. Maybe if Ixie can find a frag, that'll open things up. Dave, what are you expecting to see?
Well, we see Dagger get very, very aggressive now. I mean, it's really, when you have this sniper, you're really expecting it. It's interesting to see, actually, in GlobalClan. They're peeking for Ixie, but they're doing the other stuff at the same time. Bud going in, that's just a little bit of a counter sack here. But yeah, now 2 down. Are they going to kind of commit here or not, do you think?
Picking up that demo means all players coming forward now for the blue team. They'll find the gun and dispenser, but the Uber comes back from the other side. Looking to pick up some frags are the soldiers, but they can't connect on any damage, so Now with Ubers both expended and the demo still not spawned, it's really now or never for GlobalClan. They gotta get forward, but Flick is so weak. Daga also taking a lot of damage. Mathis is in behind. Can he find the medic? And he does. A huge flank there from Mathis. He'll die for it. Now so many frags across the board as only 2 alive, and no, he's gonna die late. XE following suit. It's just Flick alive and another full team wipe on a GlobalClan last push. They just cannot secure the last point here as we are under 18 minutes left in the map.
They did so well to work Mathers in through that flank. He picks up Trump. I think they just had to hold S as soon as that happened. You know, Doey only had really Ixie and the sniper around him. It wasn't enough to protect him. The demo man comes in. I see a huge bomb coming from Mathers. Really nice surf again from Trump, showing absolute mythic skills from the man. Beautiful, beautiful play. Survives nicely. It looks like they're going to try and move into mid here.
I'm expecting to see the side of GlobalClan getting out, especially with Daga so weak right now. Can't find the heals even right next to his medic. Doey, I think might have missed an arrow there, but point will go back in favor of the red team here as Ubers are about even. It'll be a 3-2 stalemate coming forward in just a moment. How are you expecting to see the side of Garda try to break this?
I mean, so far we've seen Garda. They've been just a little bit kind of slower with their play, a little bit smarter. You know, they're not over-committing too much. If Bud or Mankey die, they don't mind. They've actually picked up Dagger here, so that really opens it up for them. A little bit of peeking here. Charlie going for a very, very aggressive trade. Trump goes so low, and he will probably just about be safe. Doey might get caught here. Oh no! Oh, he does sneak out just about, and Trump almost gets caught as well. Both of medics playing absolute with fire with their deaths, but Doey in fact does go down.
Yeah, Mankey just came in on the flank there, is able to get in and behind, hits the 2 rockets onto the medic. And finding the frag. Now Trum has to stay alive here. We're all gonna die. You gotta be careful of the sticks if anyone decides to walk forward through that choke point. But it looks like the side of the blue team is gonna be finding alternate routes, but not able to work their way forward because they don't have their medic up right now. And Trum will have a big, about 60-65% ad to work with. So I'm expecting another Garda push to come in not too long from now.
Yeah, we actually see. It's GlobalClan getting a little bit aggressive. Dagger's really far forward here. I don't know how their Uber counting is here. Maybe they feel they just have to move with there being 3-0 down. But Charlie's going to get picked up. Now they're going to have to scuttle back because there is this ad. Garda happy. They don't really have to do very much. They're 3-0 up. They have the Uber advantage. They're just slowly ambling through the choke. They're applying pressure just kind of through sheer presence alone. And we're really seeing domination right now.
Mathis almost getting picked up there in the shutter. Earl is on Ixie. Earl will actually find Mathis instead. Doey getting fairly weak as he's at 90%. He has to stay alive here. Cannot lose this Uber as Trum does have his already, and the players are getting ready to work their way forward on the side of Garda. Flick just scouting a bit right now around the lobby. Mathis just about to respawn. We don't have any off classes defensively quite yet. Looks like due to the EV Uber situation, the side of GlobalClan wants to hold aggressively and not give up any more space than they need to. 14 minutes on the clock at this point. Doey eating a little bit of spam, not enough to get the force off his butt. Just has free reign to spam in here as this Banky. Side of GlobalClan will finally pop this Uber, and they get Trump up into the air, but he will pop back. Now, gotta find these frags as Doey's getting isolated again, and then we'll see another death in the same way. Actually, Doey's living right now, but is behind 2-3 down now from the side of GlobalClan. Can they pick up this med kill, though? They cannot. Doey, late into the fight as well. That will almost certainly be a round converted as Mathis is the only one alive. He's down to 20 health, will crater. And 4-0 here with 13:30 to play. Garda is just having a great game right now.
Yeah, GlobalClan, really, every time they go for one of these trades, it just ends up disastrous for them. That time, Doey did manage to stay alive miraculously, but everyone else died, so it was inevitable that he was going to go down at the end of it. And Garda Panteri just, they have their finger on the pulse in these Uber trades, and it's really paying dividends. And, 4-0 now, we're, perhaps looking at a win limit very soon.
Yeah, 5-0 difference will be the win, but here's Mankey on to Doey right now. Can he secure it? No, he can't. Dowie gets below 20 health. And just missing the last rocket was Mankey, and now losing Milky as well. The red team will be scurrying out of here, almost securing that mid play, or that mid with a medic kill, but down 2, they'll back out to their last point. We'll see another opportunity for GlobalClan to try to make this a little bit closer, but if anything we've seen so far tonight holds true, it will not go well. A lot of players peak early on. Oh, Bud gets taken out, but 2 die from GlobalClan, no soldiers. They cap the second, but they'll have to play passive now.
It was an anti-climax, but it was a really impressive double air shot there from Mathis. Jumps in, hits a close range in the air aerial dual air shot, and as he drops to the floor, finishes it off with a beautiful upward air shot, completely destroying Bud there. I mean, they might not get anything from this game, but you know, at least Mathis and Beta, I guess, will get a little bit of a frag clip out.
Absolutely, I do enjoy watching those beater frag clips, but the Ubers are popped out. Trum just now has his fading. Dowie's fairly weak right now. Has to be careful to stay alive, but 2 down from the red team. Now 3 as Mankey's going to fall as well. Can they pick up this Demo, who's very weak near the shuttle? His presence in onto point. The Pyro is up, trying to stall this out as long as he can. Demo going to go down 1 alive, and that will be a round finally from GlobalClan as they make it 1-4. With under 11 and a half to play here, so these faster rounds definitely. Yeah, it's possible, especially if the fast rounds continue. But GlobalClan really has to keep the pedal to the metal here if they want to continue. Dave, I'm going to let you take us through this mid fight.
Yeah, we're seeing both teams again. Dagger a little bit. I guess at the same time as Milky. We're seeing a little bit of aggression here from Bud. A little bit of a pencil jump onto the high ground. Now he comes in quite deep. Everyone here from Garda Panteri backing up a little bit. Both soldiers go down for GlobalClan though, so now Garda are going to put their foot on the kind of pedal. They're going to accelerate into this second point. No spam really, other than Dagger, who's down to quite low health. Soldier comes in really deep. Mankey gets the force.
That's the same sort of play he found a drop with earlier, I believe. The counter pop has come forward, and just flooding through this choke point is all of red team minus Mankey. Dowie's isolated below. He'll go down. Flick and Charlie both going to fall. It's just Mathis and Ixie here alive. Ixie likely going to get cleaned up, but not before Mathis dies, and that's another team wipe. The 3rd or 4th we've seen tonight. Garda looking to make it 5-1 here with 10 to play, getting some point presence in, trapping off the spawn. Dagger's going to come up the flank. He can't quite hit the jump. Now getting onto point, but that is not enough. As I mentioned, 5-1 here with 10 to play.
Now we're looking at kind of miracle territory. Still 10 minutes to play, but you know, Garda just, they're dominating right now. This has to be demoralizing here for GlobalClan. I mean, they came into this fixture kind of looking at it as a good opportunity to get 6 points, and they're very much staring at the face of 0 coming up as we go into this next mid-fight.
Yeah, looks like some early presence on the high ground from the explosive classes on the side of the blue team. Now they're going to be jumping together, but just roaching to the other side. Mathis looking for some damage in, and Flick will actually pick up Mankey at the end of the day. Backing out is once again Garda, as they just can't find positioning here on these recent mid-fights. But with that medic still alive, Cap comes through, but even Uber's situation again. A bit of presence in alley from the soldiers. Mathis looking to get forward, kind of beefing some jumps there altogether. Mathis getting very weak. Now Charlie looking to come forward. He can't really find anything more than damage. Actually, Dagger will clean up the damage onto Bud. Down to Soldier is the red team, and they'll be happy to keep working their way forward. No Uber's popped out yet, though. Under 9 to play.
Yeah, it looks shaky for him there because Dowie was so connected for the rest of the team. But they're just holding W here. Uber comes in, then get the person off the little hut. Counter Uber comes in here from Garda. It's much, much stronger. There are going to be so many players that are going to get mulched around here. But suddenly, I don't know, the frag's coming. Oh, it's an absolute destruction here. So that was Milky just hitting everything, mulching all the players on that low ground.
Another team wipe. How many are we at this point? I know it's over 4, but it might be more. But yeah, as you mentioned, Milky's just deleting everybody there, hitting some nice pipes. underneath the bridge, and that will be a big ad now for Garda, about 40%, maybe not the biggest ad we've seen here tonight, but the scout coming forward, looking for the medic kill. Can he find Shrum? He misses his shot, so he will clean it up at the end of the day. Ixie, nice big play from him there, but Dowie dying as well as 3 others on his team. Means can't really do anything else with this, as Daga's now looking to die as well. It's another team wipe. Dave, what is happening here?
It's just the team play and the focus fire from Garda. It's just much stronger than we see from GlobalClan. GlobalClan are, you know, often separated. You often see Dowie not have enough players around him. Garda much more on the ball. Their focus fire is so impressive. It allows them to kind of win these team fights, even if perhaps you kind of. I mean, again, we see Dowie completely separated on this mid fight.
Dowie's gonna die, and it's crits, I think. Although, can Earl hit a pistol shot? Oh no! Gilson will come from behind and clean up the med. I mentioned crits, but no! Wait, did my HUD just glitch? He was like 80% on crits, and then it went to 0 on Medigun. But what just happened?
Maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he just picked up. Maybe he just swapped instantly.
He might have picked up. Oh, you're right. I think he just picked up because the med death. Nice heads up play there from Shrum. I like it.
Yeah, now we see Shrum is going to get cleaned up. Nice bomb there from Mathis. He wasn't seen until the very last second. Dowie does manage to survive the aggression coming in. Now Mankey, just sneaks around that corner. Well played from him. And now they're going to be able to barrel into this mid.
Yep, Milky the only one alive there. Almost a team wipe. Not quite though. But this time out of GlobalClan, they gotta get someone onto the point here. We're under 6 to play, so playing for Dowie is again the first to fly through. A very well-seen play from this medic. Time again, Flick is actually gonna pick up Trum and finding the demo as well, and Bud going down to Daga. Side of GlobalClan gonna continue to work their way forward, have this full ad now. And getting some point presence in is going to be crucial. The gun going to go down to the pistol immediately. We have Heavy and Engineer. I'm surprised to see GlobalClan not flooding through, trying to trap off the spawn. Have that Soldier working his way forward. Charlie is trying to take out the Heavy, who's now on point. The Uber's popped in onto point. Dowie getting juggled a bit. Can they secure this? Looks like they will. 5-2 with 5 to play. My prediction not looking too bad right now, Dave.
Yep. I mean, that was smart there. Like, Dowie kind of committed to the point. You know, he took all the aggression. He Ubered himself just about in time as both the soldiers came in. I mean, they hit all their rockets into a sea of players, but they're all Ubered. So no damage down there. And we do see, you know, a round back here for GlobalClan, but it's 5-2 and it's 5 minutes left.
A really tough situation here. I don't know if it's possible for GlobalClan, but they can at least make it interesting. But now Dowie will be the first to fall on the mid as 3 go down from GlobalClan just for Mankey on the other side. They're going to find Earl, but not before Daga also dies. It's a 2v4 on point without heals. Mathis has to go for a hero play in a second here. Getting some damage in onto Trump. No, Ixie's looking from below. Can he pick up this last frag? And he will. Ixie actually finding 2 before his demise as Math is still alive and behind. Looking for Bud if he can, but not able to secure that. Math is caught behind. Not a great situation, but able to find that salvage play in the end with the help of Ixie. Crucial to keep this game going.
Yeah, Mathis does a good job of this. He often goes behind and he just makes it very awkward for the enemy team. It's very difficult to kill. Mankey is going to have to... Oh, he just about sneaks that kind of soldier MGE. Perhaps a little bit more health. They seem to hit the same number of rockets. But, you know, now they don't have to worry about that soldier behind. But GlobalClan very much in the mid-fight here. Mankey does clean up Dowie, though. Dowie was caught. I mean, surfed away from that one soldier, but there wasn't enough players around him, and he does go down. So while GlobalClan are pushing into the second point, Trump is just going to be able to heal his players up most safely in lobby, and you know, if they get this Uber in time, they might be able to hold second.
Midcap just coming in right now, getting good damage in. They'll pick up Earl, but Charlie will die for it. Didn't actually see exactly where that was. I think it was just on the second point as Garda is in position to work their way forward, and that's what they will do. Now the soldier jumping forward, trying to pick up Daga, hit him with the air shot against the wall. Now Flick is very weak, looking for an arrow from his med. Can he get it? Yes, he will. Menki actually gonna die to Ixie there. Maybe a bit of an overextension. Now, Chilsis is so weak, and he'll get taken out. Now the soldier bud is going forward. He gets air shot out of the sky. Mathis, another one for the frag clips. And continuing to work their way forward is GlobalClan with under 3 to play. Flick is looking for this medic, but he just doesn't get enough damage in to commit. Charlie now eating a pipe from Milky here, working his way into last. They'll pick up the gun. Charlie getting flashed at the last second on this Uber. A lot of people getting flashed, actually. Earl going to go down. Mathis gets caught there by the scout. Point presence is in, but collapsing onto point. Dowie might actually cap this. He will get the final cap. 5-3 is the score with 2:20 to play. Yeah, GlobalClan turning it on a little bit here, but doesn't look like they'll be able to come back in time.
I don't know if this is a TCM moment, but 2 rounds in 2 minutes, maybe it's on. I mean, we just need one good mid-fight here from Garda,
They're on
and
crits.
it's absolute curtains. Yeah, crit squeak, as you say, for Dowie. They feel it's on. Let's see how it goes.
This would be the comeback of the century, really, here to watch, but Gaga getting very low early on, has to get healed up here. He takes the arrow from Dowie. I've been watching Garda play so passive on these mid-fights. Gaga's actually going to get taken out by Milky before the cap comes through. A little bit of spam being exchanged. Bud is going to flank behind, though. Crits is almost up right now, but 3 alive, and here's the soldier coming behind, looking for Dowie. Gets 1-2. The crits is out. It's going to find the frag, but not before Dowie will die, and that'll most certainly be the last nail into the coffin here, as GG's are in chat from GlobalClan with 1:11 to play. Garda looking like they're going to take this 5-3, if not 6-3.
Yeah, just that death blob, as we say, on the mid-fights from Garda, just a little bit too strong. They weren't quite able to crack it here, GlobalClan, I don't think. We're now going to see them move into last. Charlie is on the spy, but I don't think he's in position yet. Uber does come in. It's across the bridge. They clean up Mathis. Charlie, he's going to get hit by the medic.
Oh my god!
Oh.
With 40 seconds to play, he misses the medic, but he finds the demo, and GG's in chat all around, as this is most certainly over. 6-3 will be the final score. Garda taking 2 maps to 0. Have to turn to ArchRhythm here as the final seconds wind down. Are we going to be having any interviews in? Doesn't sound like it, as again the timer will wind down, so once this finishes up we'll take a look at logs and be done for the night. Before we do that though, RGL Invite Grand Finals is tonight. I'm going to hit the plug now. Furrier Tech versus GlobalClan Ice. So if you're a fan of the org, see if they are able to finally achieve global domination in the conclusion of the season. I'll be casting that tonight on rgl.gg. Had to do the plug now before people start leaving. But yeah, Dave, let's take a look at logs.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, GlobalClan, there's certainly not global domination of EU right now. Really, as we say, Garda just throughout the whole night, really, like across both maps, they just look a little bit more composed, a little bit stronger. Now it puts us into a really kind of interesting position, kind of going forward towards the playoffs. This was obviously the week 6 fixture. We got 1 more week coming up next week. GlobalClan, they were in 5th, and presumably they're staying in. Oh no, perhaps they might even have gone down. Yeah, they've probably gone down below Garda now, I believe. So while we said GlobalClan were in a good position for playoffs going into this game, that was based on them picking up some points, and with them giving up the 6 points to Garda, perhaps Garda are now like with a real shot. I mean, they have that final fixture against Feint. Going to be a very, very difficult game, but I don't know. I think if they get a few points there, I think they will perhaps be in contention.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things can happen with standings, especially approaching the mid to late season. But looking at these logs, top damage will go to Menki with 300 on the dot, followed by Milky with 298 and Bud with 292. A lot of players in that area, actually. A lot of damage in this match overall. Mathis hit 13 air shots. again, the air shots are crazy here. A couple people with 8 and one with 7. Just always fun to watch EU.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Global Clan not a good night for them, but both their soldiers were hitting air shots, left, right, and centre across both maps. But again, we have to look at Garda, and this time it's Earl who picks up really good numbers, 32 to 15. And honestly, we've seen both the scouts do well across both maps, but I think man of the match definitely has to be Trum. Outstanding performance I thought from him. Real difference maker. And just having that kind of solid base of that medic who is just always staying alive. Always doing a good job sneaking out of situations, building Uber really well. A lot came crucial a lot of times on Snake Water as well. He's my man of the match. Maybe it's just medic main bias though.
Perhaps. I definitely think he did play well. Uh, I don't really think anybody else had a super standout performance on both maps here. So I will agree with you on that one. Anything else you want to talk about before we decide to wrap things up here tonight?
Not especially. I mean, have a look at Milky. Like good numbers from him. 27 to 10. You know, as we say, those two, Trum and Milky, they're kind of the solid base of the team. Like those two just stay alive, provide the platform, and the rest of the players are a little bit more flair players. Having that solid platform of the demo medic combo allows those kind of flamboyant players to do as they like.
Alrighty, well, real quick, it'll be up on stream in a second. There is an upcoming event in the community, just waiting for this to get up on stream so I can read about it. Clash.tf, go to Clash.tf for information on the DreamHack Community Clash, which is coming up. This will be in NA the 1st and 2nd of May, as well as the 8th and 9th of May, with a pretty substantial prize pool, so definitely go check that out. I believe there's also a thread on TFTV that is pinned, so for more info, you can definitely check that out as well. A lot of great community events in the works and coming up, so be sure to play in those. Show your support for TF2 as a whole. But Dave, any shoutouts from you tonight before we wrap things up?
Shout out to my boys in Sensation, and shout out to ArchRhythm.
Absolutely. Well, shout out to both the teams. Dave for being on the mic, ArchRhythm for excellent camera work behind the scenes. Go follow my Twitter. It's at GodfatherCasts. And if you're awake, be sure to tune in tonight at 11 p.m. EST for the RGL Invite Sixes Grand Finals. Again, Tech versus Global Clan Ice, number 1 versus number 2 seeded teams. That'll be on twitch.tv/RGLGG. So hope to see you guys there. But this has been ETF2L Season 38, Week 6, GlobalClan.EU versus Garda Panteri. My name is Godfather. I was joined by Dave on the mic, ArchRhythm behind the scenes. Have a good night.